Hey, what is going on, everybody, and welcome to Fantasia. For today, we're going to be jumping into another session of Epic 7 out today. Got some more Advent for you guys. I know, it has been like 2 years since this mode has come back, and here we are, farming for greater modification gemstones, right? Now, going into this, team over here, my first team is all AoE based, right? I'm going to talk about the mechanics as we go along, and then I'll show you guys all the builds at the end of the video, so you get to see how the run goes, right? Free run is great because you have AoE is guaranteed on your S3 and your extra attack on your S1. Bologna has an AoE on her S3 and S2. Landy opens with an S3. You won't really get more than an S3 there. If you want more consistent S3s, you can go for Hikadi, who you can pull for right now on her banner. But should be pretty easy to take down. You can also use Celine, for example, in the first team too, in place of Landy. A lot of options you can go for there. And for the second team, I'm actually just going for a bunch of single target damage dealers, besides Charles's S3. You just want units that can actually buff themselves, right, or their teammates. So the more buffs you have, the better. You just want more than 2 buffs on each of your units here. So I'm going for Charles, I'm going for Zahak, and I'm going for Violet. All units that I think people tend to have laying around. My Violet is actually on his build from the Trial of Constellations, right? Charles is on a PvP build that I also use in the Trial of Constellations, and Zahak here is recently built for PvP, but again, he works in PvE, so no need to change. All of this is on full auto, and it runs pretty fast, pretty smoothly. There's no chance of failure here that I can see. For the third team, it's the most fun team, honestly. We're bringing in Rinok, who is a limited unit, but you don't need Rinok at all. Any other Earth damage dealer is good enough here. I'm bringing in Lilibet because she got buffed to be a pretty decent damage dealer, and I brought a Runka because I never get to use her anywhere, and look at the damage she pumps out. It's great, isn't it? Skill 2 from Lilibet comes out, Skill 3 should honestly just one-shot and finish her off. And yeah, there you guys go. You don't need Rinok here at all. You can actually just bring somebody that kind of buffs your team as well. Works out in the end. But yeah, let's take a look at what this team is actually like. This is farming the Hell mode here. So you're going to probably be doing this most of the time, right? Epic Hell is the mode that you're limited to for your entries. And this is the units that I'm running right now. So first off, we have our Bologna. Bologna is not really going to be using this rage set. This is honestly like my hunt Bologna that I use, but she works here. Daydream Joker, I don't even know if it works in this mode. It doesn't even matter. You just need a Bologna with some damage. Any AoE unit works in this case, right? If you don't have Bologna build, you can use Landy. You can probably use someone like Vildred as well. There's so many different options to go for here, right? Yufine has an AoE on her S2. You have Mui that has an S3 and an S2 that both have AoEs. You have plenty of options available to you. Alright, next up we have Landy, Earth Landy. Again, a limited unit, but if you're a veteran player, you probably have her. She was meta at one point, so a lot of people did end up pulling for her. She's pretty good here. You can replace her with Vivian if you want, for example. Celine also is a really good option. But yeah, Landy here with just some speed and some damage, a little bit of bulk, doesn't really matter. You can actually just dump everything to a crit damage and attack and should be fine. Wall of Order is not necessary here. Honestly, you're probably better off using a better damage artifact, but here I am. Just using what is laying around. Vivian is an alternative option. You can run her, for example. She has a good AoE on her S2. She also attack buffs the team, which is kind of nice, honestly. And you can also be running Celine. Celine is a great unit to be using here because the boss actually opens with a non-attack skill. So you'll be able to attack the boss here with the Celine, and all is good. I use the EE where she attacks the highest attack. So you're guaranteed to attack into the boss, and she's on her own artifact for increased attack and combat readiness. Also pretty solid, right? Last but not least, we have Freerin. Again, you can replace any 3 of these units with any of the other units I've already mentioned, right? They're not like one-to-one replacements. You just slap them on a team and they should work. Freerin here is just my normal PvP Freerin. A lot of damage, a bit of speed. Immunity doesn't matter. None of this stuff matters. Mirrored Lotus Ring doesn't matter either, besides giving her souls so that she doesn't die immediately. I keep her in the front line because every time she's attacked, it pushes up your team's combat readiness, which is pretty convenient, right, for cycling and making runs a little bit faster. But yeah, that's my Freer in there. For Team 2, we have Violet that I'm running, like I mentioned in the Trial of Constellations. This is my exact Violet I run. Is it optimal? No. Do I care? No. It just works, so why change it? So yeah, that's his build. He's quite bulky. You can honestly give her the bulk, give him speed, and he'll do just fine as well. My Charles here is my PvP Charles. He's on a counter set. He's actually on some resist, so pretty cool as well. You can definitely just slap a ton of damage into him and he'll do just fine. Elbrus Ritual Sword for some more counters, more shenanigans. The more he counters, the more he attacks. The more he pushes up the team, the more damage you do, right? And the faster you clear. And I have him dispel debuffs on his S3, which actually helps a little bit because Stigma or Frostbite or whatever they put on you kind of sucks and you don't want to deal with it. So yeah, Zahak is the other unit. He's a good cleanser, but also he buffs himself quite a bit, right? You see the attack buff. The crit damage buff comes from Pure White Trust. You don't need this at all. You don't need the souls. You don't need anything. The crit damage is sometimes nice. He'll buff attack, and then he also gets the increased hit chance buff, so he already buffs himself enough. You don't need any external buffers, right? I'm using the PvP EE here. You can obviously be using other things for increased damage, but again, doesn't really matter as long as you're clearing it. Yeah, it doesn't matter how slow you're clearing it as well, because you have 3 weeks to farm this advent, and you probably don't have unlimited stamina unless you bought those leaf packs on Black Friday. And then you're probably gonna need to burn through those here. Next up, we have the last team. We have Lilibet over here. She's just on a bunch of damage. I also put special strawberry cake on here for her too, and she does dispel debuffs for herself here, which is nice. But again, you could just be using EEs with more damage if you really want to. I feel like I don't need it, so I'm not going to waste resources crafting things that I don't need. Whatever you have that works, that's laying around, you can utilize, right? There's no need to go out of your way to replicate perfect runs that you see on YouTube or other people's tutorials and streams and such. Just use what you got laying around, try it out. If it works, great, use it. And if it doesn't work, maybe tweak your teams a little bit, maybe use other people's stuff as references, right? Rinok is a limited unit. If you don't have her, it's fine. You can replace her with like literally anything that buffs your team's attack. Mediator Cowarick, for example, works really well. Midnight God Lilius probably works as well. I know she is limited, but she's an older unit, so you might have her laying around, right? Rinok here is my standard PvP Rinok, didn't change anything about her. Still on her own artifact here, Discreet Hands as well. So you're just running her in there and then using her to deal just some basic damage to the boss, right? Not necessarily needed. Arunka, also not needed. I just thought she would be funny because the boss gives a barrier, so I gave her Little Queen's Huge Crown. She already deals a lot of damage against units with barriers, so brought her in for fun. You also get increased attack for your entire team if you run 3 Earth units, or 3 of the same elements, I mean. So just why not give her incredible attack? She's almost 7k attack here, and the bulk doesn't really matter. You get 40% attack inside the match, so that's why you see Arunka dealing insane amounts of damage, right? And then, of course, Lilibet was here to clean house, because her multipliers are insane. But that is the team, guys. I have not yet run the Epic Hell mode, but it doesn't seem that bad if you're just manualing it. There's only 3 entries every day. I think it's every day, right? Anyway, so it doesn't really matter if you have to take some time, especially the second stage. I think is the one that's a little bit annoying, where you have to hit the little ad a few times before you can advance to the next stage. Otherwise, the boss is like incredibly hard to kill, but yeah, hopefully this helped you guys out with your Hell mode farming. If it did, leave a like and subscribe for more PvE content. And until next time, take care.